Aloha.
Shout out Pearl Harbor, by the way.
Hello and welcome. We're back from theballerlifestyle.com. It's the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Brian Beckner. Thank you very much for joining the show. Episode number 546. I was very close. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your patronage. If you have not checked it out already, last week we had the great pleasure of reviewing the 1983 comedy classic, and it really still holds up. It's so funny. Mr. Mom with our dear friends Jason Stewart, who we'll get to presently, and the legendary Reality Steve, who we're always lucky to have. So thank you to those guys. We appreciate you guys coming on. I think it came off great. It's a great episode, and everybody should check it out. Go check out episode number 345. If you're not already, please subscribe to our bonus content. Become a supporter of the show. Click the link in the show notes. It costs you $5 a month, and you can get all the extra stuff we do there every week. And plus, you could just help us out. We appreciate it. I'm joined now, as always, by Mr. Ed Daly. Ed, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well, and I realize I haven't plugged in my microphone.
Oh, well, I can. Oh, the chair. And see, you just leaned over. I've only seen that was 2 episodes ago that we gave everybody a look at the chair, and now you just leaned forward right now, and the back.
And there's like, it just peels shit off.
That is also worn through.
When really, you should be admiring my Marvelous Marvin Hagler T-shirt. But
that's a great shirt. I have a Motor Pub Cincinnati, Ohio T-shirt on where they serve delicious tots, live music every night of the week. So that was, people were hitting me up because the way I parse out the show now is just because it's just a little less work, or I can split up the work. So we record the show every Monday night, pretty much. Sometimes we pivot to Tuesdays. That's okay. And then I put it out the next day, the next morning for the subscribers. They get the whole thing. Then the following day, I put out the audio version, the truncated audio version for non-subscribers. Then the day after that, we put out the video. Well, and no one's ever said anything about it. No one's ever said not a word until the chair episode was released, and the Red Circle people were listening.
I need to see this ugly chair.
They're like, "When's the video? When can I see the video? We got to see Ed's chair." So that was fun and exciting.
Oh, it's like the piece of shit. It wasn't like a gag on Frasier that his dad had a really shitty chair.
Yeah.
He hated it.
Wasn't even that bad. It was just ugly.
This is a piece of shit. This is a falling apart, like, shitty chair. And it's one of those things that if you're in the right kind of relationship, digging your heels in to tweak the other person. If this was really an issue in my marriage, I'd get rid of the chair.
Of course.
But the fact that it just aggravates Michelle, I keep this piece of shit chair forever.
It makes things fun. You got to keep things fun, because she does shit like that needles you also. And that keeps relationships exciting. Speaking of pieces of shit, before we get to the show, I need to relay a little story. As you see, I'm wearing my fresh Minnesota Golden Gophers hat that was given to me by our good buddy Super Lee, who hosted me and friend of the show Travis Rodgers at the Minnesota UCLA game, which we left. Travis and I.
It was late, right?
Fucking started at 6. We left with 3 minutes left to go in the game, and after Minnesota had to punt back to UCLA, and I'm like, well, this is over. Well, UCLA, of course, gave the ball back, and Minnesota drove down the field and scored a touchdown to win it. But that's okay. I mean, I would have liked to have seen it, but there was a lot more people there than I expected to be there. So I was happy to beat the traffic, and it was great to meet Super Lee. Great guy, met his family, nice people, delightful people. But let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
So, and I could tell, last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever, I was complaining about how far away Pasadena was, and the game starts. Yeah, the game starts so late. So originally, and this is what happens. Somebody invites you to something. It's very kind of him to invite me. It was a couple of months ago. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go to a college football game. And in my head, I'm picturing 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, sunny daytime.
The right time for college football, afternoon football.
Yes. So turns out the game's at 6. And even afterwards, Super Lee's like, hey, man, thanks for coming. He sent me a text. He's like, thanks for coming. I know it was a drive. So I kind of felt like shit because I was complaining about it on the show, but it wasn't that bad. It was fun. But prior to going to that event, it was the weekend, the night before, Saturday night, was game 5 of the NL Division Series with the Dodgers and the Padres.
Oh.
And my buddy Travis, I happen to know, has a business relationship with somebody with access to tickets to the Dodgers. So I was pitching to him. I was pitching it in this way. Hey, bro, see what you can do to get us a couple of ducats to the Dodger game, and then I will take the hit for you. You can flake on the UCLA thing. I'll tell some bullshit to Super Lee that you couldn't make it, but I'll still go and represent because Lee's my boy. And Trav's like, nah, you know what he kept telling me? And this is what he always says. No access. I got no access.
That's a flat out lie.
Of course it is. He just didn't want to.
Right.
So listen to this piece of shit, Ed. Listen to this. The day before the game, I get a text and he goes, hey man, he goes, I don't know what you did. He goes, you willed it into existence. You put it out in the ether. That the individual that I know texted me this morning, which could be a lie. He could have asked, but he's pretending that he didn't. Whatever, doesn't matter. The individual that I know reached out to me this morning and asked me if I wanted to go to the game. This is a text I received, paraphrasing. I said, all I responded was, all caps, stop. Because I just couldn't believe it. I was aghast. It was so exciting. The very next text, I'm taking Susan with me, his wife.
You spoke it into existence for him and his enjoyment only?
Yes. Look. Somebody offers me free tickets. I'm gonna invite the people closest to me first. Understood. What I'm not gonna do is text the person that was telling me to get tickets in the first place, telling them that I got tickets, only to follow up by saying, oh, by the way, I'm not taking you with me.
What a piece of shit.
All-time piece of shit. Just one of the great piece of shit moves of all time.
Come on.
Can you believe that shit?
That's some
bullshit. So we ended up going to the UCLA Minnesota game. Anyway, it was very fun. I got fucked out of the Dodger tickets, but that's okay.
So,
yeah. Tell me, what's going on with you, Ed? What's been on your mind? You look a little in distress.
I am.
Everything cool back? More snakes back home, or just no?
No.
Ah, man, look at
that
hair.
You know, we all have people in our lives that it makes life great. It makes life stressful, makes life great, but we need different people in our lives.
It's true.
But in the last 4 or 5 days, you and I both have someone in our life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crying for help out there. I just want to read you something.
Look at me over here. I need attention. Look at my attention. Listen how smart I am. I'm coming at it from a different perspective. I got hot takes. Am I on the right track?
Yeah, because this was right after the Dodgers defeated the Padres in an entertaining series for the neutral.
Great series. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like an entertaining series.
That was a real ball being played.
So when an entertaining series ends and your team wins, you're happy. You're happy.
Yeah.
Somebody went onto Twitter, wrote, "The team that plays the game the right way won the series. # Let's go Dodgers." Talking about at Jason Stewart. And first of all, the algorithm knows that this irks me, this kind of talk. And so I opened Twitter, especially like on a weekend with football and stuff. I just want to read some sports stuff. I feel like every third tweet was Jason Stewart talking about playing the right way and that kind of stuff. And also, we allude to it.
Oh no!
With Reality Steve, we've been talking about. We have been inundated with text to accompany these tweets.
The system.
He wants reseeding. Yeah. He thinks that the baseball should be played the right way. Yes. The Padres didn't play the right way, and he defended throwing a baseball at a player. Yeah. But then was outraged by Manny Machado really trying to kill Dave Roberts, even though Dave Roberts didn't even move out of the way. It was a slow bouncing ball into the dugout that is done every game since the history of baseball.
Literally not even, no one should even have mentioned
this. This is a cry for help. It's in our life. We've got Jason Stewart crying for help with these insane tweets.
I'm trying to scroll back, and there's so many.
There's so many. Here's one. He made the choice to taunt a section of fans who were consuming alcohol. If you don't want irrational people doing reprehensible things to you, you don't make that decision in the moment. So guys are calling him a piece of shit. Yeah. And then something good happens. He robs a home run for him. And he's like, fuck off, fans. Yeah. And then they should be allowed, because they're drunk, they're allowed to injure him. I remember Marcus Smart, who's like a 7-8 year player. I remember when he was at Oklahoma State, we did the story, and I advocated, if a fan thinks they're so cool to talk shit to a big player, he should be able to go into the stands and light them up. Yeah. Jason Stewart's taking the opposite approach. Yes. He shouldn't be taunting the fans. The fans. Yes.
And look, I'm a Dodger fan, like Jason, I guess. I could give a fuck about reseeding and blah,
the
blah,
right
blah.
way.
Well, I mean, aren't the Dodgers playing the lowest seed right now?
Yes.
Right. So I don't know. It worked out. Doesn't matter. I don't understand, how were the Padres somehow playing the wrong way and the Dodgers were playing the right way? I think they were just playing each other. Everybody was just playing each other. I didn't see any rights or wrongs happening.
And look, everybody celebrates a different way. The Dodgers in that right way series were doing dick to dick high fives after a home run.
Kind of into that.
I like it. Yes, I like it, but you can't tell me there's a right way and a wrong way, and that's on the right way.
I don't know if it's I think he doesn't like bat flipping or
but dick slapping is the right way?
No, I don't know.
I absolutely love, even when it's gone against me, and in the moment I don't love it, but I love bat flipping and shit. I love celebrating when you're happy about something.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Shohei Ohtani didn't have a good series. He hit one home run. And when he hit that home run, this guy he's Japanese. He's very understated. He flung his bat nearly into toward and almost into the Padres dugout. Now, is that but that's right. And whatever
that's the right way.
And whatever example I can't think of, because there wasn't one on the Padres, was the wrong way.
He's on Jason's side, so it's the right way.
It's just, I don't know. It's I can't tell, because it's, because whatever's going on with him. Yeah, I know. I can't tell. Because I think he thinks he's a hot take artist now.
Yeah.
But does he have that in him to be like that calculated? No.
Yeah, he's the Skip Bayless of our lives.
I was just trying to scroll through, and there's this one here where Shohei Ohtani tried to steal second base, and somebody tweeted,
about the
Shohei
sliding?
Ohtani, out here putting his body on the line in the first NLCS game of his career. And then Jason retweeted it, and he said, what you call putting his body on the line, I call risking injury with an unnecessary avoid slide. Well, hey, I mean, it's a bank. You got to slide. You got to slide. He was sliding, and then he kind of turned to the side to maybe get and he was out. But it was he didn't even slide head. The dangerous one is the head first one.
Oh yeah,
He didn't do that. He did the regular one, the safe one, where your feet go first. And what's unnecessary? Like, and Ed,
he also talked about. I remember was it game 1 that they lost, and there was the throwing error, and Manny Machado was like out of the baseline. And he kept calling it Bush League.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. It's pretty smart play. Yeah,
that's baseball, like figuring out the stuff.
Yeah,
and the Padres ultimately lost.
That's why it's such a cool game. Is because shit happens in baseball games all the time where you're like, whoa, can you do that? Like, is that allowed? Is that what's going on? Like, you need a ruling all the time in baseball. It's not like something to be mad about.
But I can't stress enough. Like, we've seen his Twitter timeline.
Yeah.
But
X? You mean X? Because he calls it X.
Oh, no.
Ed, you're talking about his X timeline, because that's what he would call it.
So Reality Steve and I are on a text chain with Jason. And I got to tell you, the Twitter timeline is like nothing compared to. We were all making points about why there shouldn't be reseeding in the playoffs, and like who gives a shit. And he keeps saying nobody's giving me a point. And we're all saying like who gives a shit, and he just won't let it go. It's crazy. And we love Jason.
He's the best
because he's this way, and we love him. We love him, and he was great on the Mr. Mom episode. He's great always. Yeah, I mean,
he's got that one thing. Yeah,
I know.
He's got that one thing keistered to
but
use at some point.
We do love him. Yeah. But my God, what makes him funny on the podcast is also what. Since we started the show, I can see on my phone there are at least 4 texts from Jason probably talking about baseball, something.
He's and then he'll send. So not only do you see it on Twitter, and then you get it. We get it in a group text where he also sends links to. He's like, you're gonna want to hear this, and he'll send.
The Athletic agreed with me about something. It's like no.
Or his own clips from the Doug Gottlieb podcast, buddy of mine, Doug Gottlieb. He'll be like, "You're a 22-minute mark, my open letter to Max Muncy," and I'm like, "Bro, I'm like, he's got to be kidding, right? He knows I'm not going to listen to that. You're not going to listen to that, but Ed, I'll take it a step further.
Okay,
because you and I will have a side conversation where we're like, "Hey, is Jason okay? Like, what's going on? Like, what?" I have 2 other group chat where people are sending me screenshots going, what the fuck is this guy? Does anybody know what this guy's talking about? Reseeding. What does he mean? Avoid slide. Does that, like, he's just making shit up, and people like right way, wrong way. And so I'm getting it from him.
In stereo.
It's do, ching, ching, ching. I can't avoid this shit.
It's crazy.
Everywhere. He wanted to use the first 20 minutes of the Mr. Mom podcast to explain his reseeding. And also he's like, if they want to grow the game, I'm like, the Mets payroll's $350 million. The Dodgers is 330. The game has grown.
Babies all grows up.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani makes $70 million. The game is fine. They're good.
It's grown.
They're good. Dodgers sold 4 million tickets this year. Good to go. I don't think they're worried about growing the game. The game done grown, Ed. They're playing in Japan and shit. Like, get the fuck. Anyway, we love Jace Stu. You guys should go back.
We love you, Jason, but my God.
It's a lot.
What a week it's been.
It's not only is it constant, it's constant, and I don't understand, and I care even less. It's all the time. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. And so it's a bam, bam, bam. It's multiple things. Anyway, and the big takeaway from this is Travis Rodgers is one of the biggest pieces of shit in the world.
What a piece of shit.
Huge piece of shit.
I mean, Travis, come on.
Bad guy. Okay, let's talk about some people Who? Who died this week?
The first death is someone that, if you said she died in 1970,
Yep.
sure,
Yep.
that works. Over the years, I've learned bit by bit. I know she was one of the all-time worst parents of all time.
Was she? So I get confused. I thought this was the one that they stuck the ice pick in her brain and jabbed around a bunch of times, but that's the sister.
Because that's the sister who was special needs, but she was fingering herself at the table, I think, like stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, we got to lobotomize."
Much like that movie that grossed me out with Emma Stone.
Yes.
Positive
poor things.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
She was doing that.
Yeah, Ethel Kennedy, the widow of RFK.
That's not the one. Yeah, this is the one she married in. But they're all cousins anyway. They all marry their cousins.
It's the worst family ever, the Kennedy family.
Yes.
And when, we've as Robert Kennedy Jr. has raised his profile, and people are like, well, what's up with it? Why is this guy all into falconry and strapping dead animals? And you're like, rich. Oh yeah, because he was crazy rich, and his parents were the worst. And they're like, yeah, just go off and do some shit. And so of course he became friends with a falcon because his parents were the worst.
Give me an example of what the mom did.
Just we've got a dinner party. You need to get the fuck out of my life. And he's 11. And so then he turns to drugs. And they're just rich, hanging out with rich people. And the goal is getting her husband.
Hyannisport.
Yeah. The goal is getting her husband elected. And the kids are a nuisance. So we'll send them away here or there, or put them with, let some other adult deal with them. Yeah. It's that whole family. That whole family, the most they talk about the curse of the Kennedys. It's because they're all fucked up people.
Yeah, they're all fucked up. And other than the son, John,
who was beautiful, but flew a plane and killed a couple hot women because he had to fly in the storm.
Yes,
they're all fucked up.
Very dumb. He was gorgeous, but this John Kennedy, JFK, Saleh, and his brother Bobby, they were
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, they were dirty dicking people, but also these dudes had buck teeth. They were handsome for politicians.
What's the handsome?
Yeah.
This is
they were handsome.
Danica Patrick being treated like a hot chick for a few years, and you're like, compared to Dale Earnhardt, she's hot.
Exactly. Yeah, hot for a race car driver.
Yes.
These guys are Obama, Barack Obama. Say what you will. I'm not particularly a fan, but objectively, the man is a handsome man. He's a good-looking guy. This, and these Kennedys. They
look like
Marilyn
some
Monroe.
Of my ugly cousins.
Yeah, he was the president of the United States. He fucked Marilyn Monroe. Of course he did. Bill Clinton got laid. They all get fucking laid. Listen, and what? We're supposed to believe he's handsome. His fucking teeth stuck straight out of his head. So no, fuck the Kennedys. Fuck Hyannisport.
Fuck any family that has a compound.
Yeah, fuck compounds.
Compounds. Oh, what are you, the Branch Davidians? Get out of here with your compound.
Their old man was a bootlegger. Yeah, and he's a bootlegger, right. And then he went to Congress, and then he he reared his sons to be president, and there was some shenanigans with the PT vote story. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, and dead voters.
Yes, and the Chicago area,
the Chicago mob.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck everyone, and all of them. Fuck them.
I'm with you. Fuck them.
R.I.P. Louis Tion, 83 years old, Red Sox pitcher. Legendary soup strainer. That is a mustache.
Yes. I thought he died 25 years ago, honestly.
Sure.
Like Vita Blue. Like I thought, like yes. But yes, a gorgeous stash. Beautiful.
Great stash.
Louis T on. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Christopher Chacon.
Yes.
Madonna's brother, 63 years old. I feel like I only heard about him in the context that he was near death for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think he had a troubled life, and he was like kind of like her Roger Clinton. But the thing is, you're so fucking rich. Just make his life easy and keep him quiet. Like just like we don't want to hear about Christopher Ciccone, and like it's fine. Whatever.
You know what's interesting is like I was trying to tell my boys like not that long ago, and I guess she's just she's just past her like last hit long enough. My boys, I was like, you have to understand, like this is Taylor Swift is like at Madonna's level, but like Madonna was, she was the most famous female artist until Taylor Swift, probably. Maybe ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she changed the game. She's like, she got out there and she's like, look at my pussy, and she's like, I can't even
fucking.
Yeah, she's like, I can't even really sing, but it doesn't matter because my charisma is going to carry me through the thing. And then like everybody that came after her was just kind of like Britney Spears or Lady Gaga.
Madonna.
Like, yes, they were kind of like they were like using that blueprint to go on. And look, she would let Scottie Pippen hit it and Dennis Rodman and Jose Canseco. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Like this is, I'm living a life. So that was her thing. Now she looks like Waylon Flowers, madam. She's got the cheeks are doing this
work,
and the chin.
You get the work done.
It's so much, she's like 65. Like you got to grow old gracefully. You do a little, okay? You don't do too much. You do a little, and she's still out there. I saw clips on Instagram this week. Like she's touring and she's out there like simulating getting gangbanged on stage like she always has. And it's like that was groundbreaking when Madonna did it back in the day. But now she's an old bag.
Gam doing that.
Yeah, you don't want an old bag getting her asshole fingered on stage at the Staples Center. Like that's just not where we've moved to Madonna. And that's the thing. She constantly reinvented, Ed, right? Like, oh, look at
that's right. She went through different stages. She's like a virgin. She's like Papa Don't Preach. She's doing different, like a prayer.
Yeah.
I do enjoy, like I was in the store the other day, heard Borderline. I was like, this is a fucking banger.
Lucky Star.
Oh,
come on. Yeah. Get into the groove. Get into the groove.
Yep.
I mean, come on. Yeah, no, these are all bangers, and she's a hustler. Like you got to respect her. She took her fucking stupid tape around New York to all the DJs, and she sucked everybody's dick until they would play her tape.
Dancer. She was like a dancer at the clubs.
Yes, she was a dancer from the University of Michigan, and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be much like if you watch the Schwarzenegger documentary, same idea." Where he's just like, oh no, I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia. He never fucking picked up a weight in his life. He's just like, I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia. And then he goes, I'm gonna be the biggest action star in the world. And people are like, you don't speak English. And he's like, who cares?
No,
like,
I'm gonna be the #1 box office.
Yes, people can just do this, and it's irrational confidence is the greatest gift to anybody that has it. And Madonna had it, and good for her. But now it's time for her to go away.
Right. And also R.I.P. her brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and her brother died. Very sad. Terrible.
R.I.P. Billy Shaw, Bills icon, Hall of Famer, 85 years old. Never heard of him, but he made the Hall of Fame. Good for him.
Oh, he's a running back for the Lions. He was
Billy Sims.
Oh, sorry. Oh, confused. No, different
Billy
guy.
Sims. One of my earliest Thanksgiving football memories, I believe, was Billy Sims shredding up his knee back in the day when you tear your knee and it was like night termite.
Yeah, it's over. Gale Sayers, Kurt Warner with the C, like there's many
the Seahawk.
Stories of those guys. Okay, all those people died. Let's talk some sports.
My name is Brian. They call me the other guy. I host a podcast show. I'll give hetero life a try. If you see something on my hand that makes you think I'm not a man, it's just my cool rings, you see.
They're as sparkly as can be.
A My Own Troy on DVD.
Ed, what is going on in the world of sports this week?
So one of the big stories in the NFL was
yeah.
the Jets firing Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
And word got out after the firing. Well, the offense was like pretty shitty. And he was like, you know what? The word leaked that he was about to fire Aaron Rodgers' handpicked offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, that everyone's been laughing at for years.
Yeah.
And prior to doing that, he got the pink slip from Woody Johnson, the Jets owner. So that implies to many people with a brain in their head that
because
Aaron Rodgers knew and went to the owner.
Yeah, they kept that Hackett guy, even though someone else is the coach now.
Even though he's proven nothing.
Oh my God! Remember when they made him the coach of the Broncos, and he barely got through one season. Yeah, he was horrible. He was extremely hard. Now, I don't know. Look, I don't follow sports. All I know is that a couple weeks ago, I had the Jets, and I was getting some points, and then fucking this Aaron Rodgers looked like he was going to lead a drive down the field at the end of the game, and he threw a fucking interception, and they lost. And he didn't used to do that, so now he does that. So now, like, why are we still sucking this guy's dick? He's not good anymore. Like, it's like the game is passing by.
His last year in Green Bay wasn't good.
Yes.
And then we all know last year he lasted like 3 plays.
Yes. Nobody goes to at the end. No quarterback at the end of the year goes to do a new team and then goes off. I guess what Favre kind of did with the Vikings. Yeah, Montana had a couple nice years, but they had a real Sophie's choice because Montana was still good, but they had this Steve Young guy who was fucking the best in the world. So
and they were
like,
going
we got to
to
get rid
him.
of him. Yes,
they were going to lose him, and he's the younger guy. So yeah, it was one of those. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers. What are we doing with this?
I'm done with him, and he's weird.
And like he's talking about UFOs and shit. Like, no.
And his teammates, like, they got to be like, remember that they were on Hard Knocks, and he's like, hey,
and
did you hear what I told that guy? Did you hear what I told that guy? I told that guy, I never heard of you. Did you hear me tell it? Like, hey, look, if you got to point out the joke that you did to everybody, it wasn't a great joke, buddy. Just move on. Like, take another swing with the next one. It's fine. But he's weird. He doesn't connect with people. He's just an odd person, and fuck him.
And you can be odd if you're a kick-ass player.
Right.
He's no longer a kick-ass player. So what are we doing with him?
Yes, exactly.
But we'll stay with that team.
Tell me.
Because the Jets, they traded, I believe, a 3rd-round pick for the Eagles edge rusher, Haason Reddick, who was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's holding out because he's like, I want this massive payday.
Yeah.
And so nobody, like, he's just not playing for them. And while he's holding out, according to a lawsuit, he stiffed a business partner of $1.6 million and then hired goons to intimidate him.
Oh, fuck. Yes. I love this kind of shit. Hold on. I want to read it.
Also, looking at Haason Reddick, I can't imagine the goons are going to intimidate more than he is. Yeah. He's a big fucking dude.
He's huge. Disgruntled Jets linebacker Haason Reddick, who loses $800,000 for every game of his contract holdout. That's a lot, Ed.
And he's good, but he's not good enough that it's like, all right, our bad. We'll waive all the penalties. Like he's just losing money this year. Yeah. And it's a contract year for him. So like, what are you doing?
I know. Allegedly, stiffed a business partner out of $1.6 million and allegedly sent goons to intimidate him, according to a lawsuit. Reddick, 30. There's a big problem right there. Right. He's getting long in the tooth. Was traded from the Eagles to New York in March and has failed to show up for gangrene since. Now this is a bad business decision by the Jets, because if you had to know he wasn't going to come in and play if you didn't extend him.
You can back channel all of these conversations with agents. You would know if he's not planning on showing up.
Whoa. If his holdout lasts through the season, Reddick, whose agent quit this week, stands to lose up to $21.75 million. That's 14.25 in base, $4.5 million in fines, and $3 million in bonus forfeiture. You're never gonna, even if you get a new contract, you're never gonna realize those
he's
losses.
good, but he's not TJ Watt.
Yes.
He's not that. Like, he's good. He's not one of the Bosas. Like, he's a good player. He's giving up a lot of money.
Yeah, this is very dumb. He's getting bad advice. The heralded pass rusher is a deadbeat in business as well, according to a Cherry Hill, New Jersey mobbed up, Ed. Yes or no?
Cherry Hill is like Philly, like
yes.
Jersey is either a Philly suburb or New York suburb. That's all of Jersey, and that's the Philly side. That's South Jersey.
Yeah. Who claimed he helped Reddick rescue his flailing senior healthcare business. What does this Haason Reddick know about the senior healthcare business? Do what you know, like strip clubs and fucking gambling. Like what do you don't know shit about fucking healthcare? Oh my God. Reddick bought Haven Home Health Agency. I feel like Reddick's got like an uncle that talked him into this. Haven Home Health Agency, too many H's, in 2018, but leaned on his dad, Raymond Matthews, and Matthews' ex-wife, Tia Wright, to run the business. By 2021, it was failing. Get out! Micah Khan contended in the lawsuit. Wright and Matthews had no experience operating home health agency. Look, anything where you take on a business where you got to take care of people, like that just always seems like the worst idea to me. Like this, like people are just dying.
You have to know what you're doing.
You got to know. There's a lot of rules. Okay, so they brought in this guy to work and fix the business, and they didn't pay him. That sounds about right. Look, it's kind of on you, guy, because you knew this was a bad business, and you thought you were going to get some money out of this NFL guy, and it didn't work out. Like, he fucked you over, but also,
fuck you.
I do like the goons aspect of it, though.
But the goons thing makes me feel like this is a story from the 1950s.
Yeah, sending goons over.
I didn't know that was still a thing. You just send goons?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's like Sopranos. Like, you send over the goons. Mr. Matthews brought over more than a dozen black-gloved men to a business meeting, claiming
like a movie.
They were Haason's personal security. It was at this post-sale meeting that Mr. Matthews made it clear they intended to breach their payment obligations. He's like, so me and my personal security, we're not paying you. And so go fuck yourself. What are you going to do about it? Like, nothing. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, good for him. I'm sure everything's going to work out great for this guy.
There was a super awkward exchange this weekend. NBA preseason's going on. And NBA TV's Sam Mitchell, who I believe he coached the Timberwolves, I believe, and played for
point guard.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But sounds a little familiar. Okay.
He went off on a co-host and shared the co-host's address in an awkward segment where they're fighting.
Okay, I'm gonna play this first of all, but just the fact that it happened on NBA TV, like, is there anything sadder than when you have to turn on NBA TV? You're like, the worst possible playoff game is on, and I'm in bed sick, so I guess I'll turn on NBA TV, and then suddenly you're more depressed.
So this is like the cocky aspect. Like, being a Knicks fan, they've been a dog shit franchise many years.
That's right.
But in those random years where they make the playoffs, there's never a question if they're going to be on NBA TV. It's going to be the Magic Pacers.
Yes.
It's never going to be the Knicks. Like, the Knicks are a real franchise. They would never put them on there.
The Hawks Pistons.
Yes.
You know, like, that's who's showing up over there. No, the Knicks are on fucking ESPN. Like, that's
right.
Yeah. Okay, let's look, because
it's a super awkward exchange. I watched it a couple times. I was like, what?
Great. This is so good and also confusing.
Yeah, I saw that. The coaches don't get medals. I guess it just tells you what international, how they value coaches. Not at all.
I'm surprised.
How the coaches don't get a gold medal?
I'm surprised coaches get a paycheck for this show. You know, I think, like, maybe you should do this pro bono, my friend.
So he's looking directly at him and he's motioning with him
and
to
Sam
his
Mitchell
hand.
was a coach, so he's like, I don't know why you're getting paid for this show.
It's basically what he's saying. Now, Sam Mitchell, I will agree, is a little bit country, but I can't tell if this guy's joking with him or not. Like, this is like,
it seems like ball busting that didn't go over
yes.
well. Like
It's
ball busting, it can be great, but know your audience when you're ball busting.
I think so. Okay, let's see how it goes.
No, last time I looked at my check, it's pretty close. So hey, I'm
so he makes fun of
donations.
himself a little
Why
bit.
don't you come up off some of that money you got since you're over there bragging about it?
I'm not bragging about it.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you rent your beach house out down in Florida during the hurricane? Or do I need to go on? How about the townhouse over in Buckhead?
Hey, what's going on here, Sam?
You want to call me out? I mean, come on.
I think
you screaming broke and hungry. Let's just see it. You know, I know.
Now, see, this guy, so this kid, the studio host, who looks like a young guy, here he's got an issue. He's brought a knife to a gunfight. He's like a college kid. Like, he doesn't know what he's dealing with. And this is Sam Mitchell, who played in the NBA, who had to be in all these locker rooms all the time talking shit, and on the bus talking shit, and in the plane talking shit. So this guy just starts fucking talking about like what he owns and shit, like publicly, like, and the kid looks scared to me. He looks scared.
Yeah, he doesn't like where this is going.
No, he doesn't. No.
So you need to stop.
I think we have snitches on the show today.
No, we don't have snitches. We have
Sam
truth tellers.
Mitchell.
We have truth tellers. So you're the one,
yes,
who crying poor and destitute up here. When do I need to keep going on further, more and more? Or do you want me to stop right now?
Go to this game between the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors.
You're gonna stop messing with me on national TV.
Now, they're both smiling.
About that. Hey, do I need to get out of the dress? Because you're not at home right now.
Look at this. A game in Seattle,
yes.
Sam.
Oh, Seattle?
I missed that
play. They got a team?
They should.
Just like a preseason. They're just teasing.
I love Seattle, one of the best NBA cities ever. They won a championship. The fact that they do not have a team, I don't understand.
Yeah, me either.
That needs to be an NBA team.
Wow. So he basically just said he's got a condo in Buckhead. Well, that's where everybody lives in Atlanta. And that's not really doxing, right?
Yeah,
he's got a place in Florida.
Yeah, I looked up Sam Mitchell. He was a small forward. Timberwolves, Pacers, then back to the Timberwolves. But before that, he was in the CBA. So this is a guy who grinded to get. He was on the Wisconsin Flyers, the Tampa Bay Flash, Rapid City Thrillers, Montpelier.
Buses.
So he grinded on buses until he got there, and then he became he was the Raptors coach.
That's
and
right.
Then it looks like he was a Timberwolves coach at some point.
Yeah, and now look, people are kind of Jay Stewing it here. They're like, Sam Mitchell got frustrated at his co-host and actually dropped his co-host address on live TV. Well, no, I mean, he said the neighborhood.
He said Buckhead.
Yeah, like that's, I don't know. Like
I thought there was another funny clip with the actual address. I just thought it's funny when two guys hate each other.
Oh, maybe there is. Hold on.
I don't know. Buckhead does not. It's not telling you that much. Buckhead is where guys live.
Hold on, let me see if this other clip's got the actual, because it looks like it kind of went on, which is great. We need more of this.
I'm surprised coaches get a paycheck for the show.
It's the same clip anyway. Okay.
I think
I think I'm Team Sam Mitchell in this situation. Like this guy came at the King and he missed, and Sam Mitchell lit him up, and that's great. Yeah,
right.
And also when he goes, hey, should I go on? That's side pussy. He's talking about side pussy right there. And now look. I wouldn't support Sam Mitchell in that situation. That is the fucking third rail. No one's ever done anything bad enough to you that you put his business like that on Front Street. But that's what he's saying. He goes, you want me to keep going? You want me to say something else? And that's what he's going, hey, we know you got side pieces here and there. That's what he's saying.
We can crank this shit up to 11 if this is where you want to go.
And that's going nuclear, and I don't support that in any way.
Right.
Yeah.
New exercise pill mimics the effects of running a 10K without any effort. Brian, is there any chance that something could go wrong here?
No, it's fine. What?
Sure.
Remember Olestra? And they're like, you can eat as many
shit in the potato chips,
yes.
like the fake potato chips.
Yes, they're like, you can eat as many Ruffles as you want. And then people are like, hey, I had 5 Ruffles and my whole guts leaked out of my asshole in English class. It's like, well, oh yeah. They're like, that could happen. Yeah. It's fine though. No, it's good. Yeah. What's the big deal? It's nothing. Yeah, take a 10K. Well, here's what happens after you run a 10K. Your fucking hips hurt for a week. Your knee is sore. Like, it's like, does it mimic those effects?
And some monsters feel the need to put a bumper sticker on their
right. Says 10K. They get the free shirt and then they wear the free shirt every Sunday when I see them walking over here on the trail. They got their 10Ks. Yeah, just the pill comes with a sticker. Yeah.
Dr. Oz got into trouble with Congress for the miracle pill. There's no miracle pills.
There ain't.
We'll eventually find the downside to every fucking pill. We always will.
Yeah.
There's no miracles.
Don't eat so much food and go on a walk or a bike ride.
Exercise more, eat less.
Yeah. That's it.
And like, look, I say this and I'm not great at it.
Either.
Today, I got invited to, it's Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day.
Great American Columbus, he's a great Italian American.
Who found Haiti and thought it was India. He's a great guy. Committed some genocide, light genocide.
Well, he would stab your baby unless you brought him gold, and there was no gold there. So they were having a hard time bringing gold because there's no gold in Haiti. Yeah.
Anyway, a friend of mine's like, hey, I got an extra seat to the Devils game. It was like the club level, so there was all you can eat. I don't even like the Devils.
Pizza,
but pizza, chicken fingers, wings,
hot dogs,
and so hot dogs, sliders. There's all kinds of shit there, and so like I talk about you should eat less and exercise more, but like it's right there. Everything's right there.
It's hosted.
And so like today I ate like I was going to the fucking electric chair on shitty fried food, and it was delicious.
That's great.
So I get it. It's a struggle. But if you want to lose weight, you don't take a pill that's going to make you feel like you took you got to just exercise and eat less. That's it.
Did you have a couple of Miller Lights while you were there?
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
The guy I was with.
Oh, no, Mormon.
No, not Mormon. Just wasn't going to drink in the middle of the day. And so I got one and then I'm drinking by myself. And I was like, okay, I'm stopping at one. I wouldn't have. It was weird because I'm at a hockey game of 2 teams that like, it was fun, but I'm not used to just not drinking at like some neutral hockey. But I just had one, but I had one and he's like not drinking. So I just, I stopped at one.
What, do you have something to do later? Like, why do you even go to the game? Is he doing 75 hard?
At the same time, I had something, I had this show after. So I'm like, it's not like I'm going to tie one on, but it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I get
with the original point, it was delicious. Yeah. There was just, hey, who wants some wings? Like it's all free. Everything's free. And so
just don't do that every day.
Right.
You do that once in a while. That's okay.
Right.
That's the whole point. Just do that kind of shit once in a while.
Miracle pill. It doesn't work.
No, don't take a pill. And why would you want to?
Right.
Because then you're going to go fuck something else up in your life later. Like you're like, I fixed this one thing. And now I'm going to find another way to fuck my life up because that's who you are. You got to work on yourself. You got to fix your fucking self, not take a fucking pill.
Right. You know what also doesn't work?
Tell me.
So if you're attending your son's game and you like Rashee Rice's mom, the Chiefs receiver.
Yeah.
She's wearing the jersey supporting her son. Says Momma-Rice on the back with his number. That's beautiful. Supporting your son.
Very.
Problem is after the game, if you want to do some crimes like allegedly stealing a package,
stop it.
When they find the footage and they're like, what's Momma-Rice with that number? I wonder who that Momma-Rice could be. Rashee Rice's mom is now accused of stealing packages because the video shows Momma-Rice stealing packages.
She's a porch pirate?
Yeah. Not a good look. Not a good look when you're wearing a jersey that says exactly who you are.
Yeah. It is. Well, let's see. Apparently, Rashee Rice's mother took her son's injury on Sunday hard. This is right after the game, too, Ed. Hours after the Kansas City Chiefs receiver suffered a knee injury, his mother appeared to be caught on camera, allegedly swiping packages from a neighbor Marsha Kearney was seen wearing a Chiefs jersey with that last name, Momma-Rice, just after Kansas City's 17-10 victory over the Chargers, along with a younger person. The video initially showed Kearney walking from left to right, eyeballing the ground in front of the door. It then cuts to Kearney walking to the other way and stopping in front of the door. Oh, she's sizing it up. Everybody can tell what she's doing. A noise can be heard just off camera just as Kearney stopped walking. Kearney is then seen taking a couple more steps before stopping again, looking back at the camera, and then picking up the package. Oh, yeah, it's definitely her. No, well, it's kind of bullshit because sometimes they'll deliver your shit and it's not in an Amazon box. It's in just the box of the thing.
Yeah.
So it's I
hate that.
Yes.
Because the lobby of my building, they just dump a bunch of boxes. And sometimes it's like, oh, here's, a new air fryer. And it's got the packaging. So somebody wants to steal an air fryer. They're like, that's it.
Yeah. Should I get an air fryer? Do I need one?
I do like it.
Use it a lot?
I do like it. It's it's a better toaster oven. It's a better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used
when you're reheating some shit, it can give it's better.
Yeah, when I was in Cincinnati, I used Katie Shady's, and now I'm like, maybe I need one.
Speaking of Katie Shady,
tell me. Yeah,
I made some tater tots in an air fryer.
In an air fryer. Oh yeah, that's the only way to do it. Yeah,
and it gets it crispy.
Oh yeah, so just the edges are all crispy, and then it's hot in the middle and soft. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I would fuck that up. Idea for Rashee Rice's mom next time she steals shit off a porch. Just an idea. You could keep the jersey on. You just throw on a wolf costume. You put the wolf head on, wolf body. You come up there, you snatch the package.
They're gonna go looking for someone else.
That's right. Yes, Xavier Budabar. They're gonna be like, "Where's?" You're like, "Now look, he's in federal prison, so it probably wasn't him, but
it's probably a family member, not a Rashee Rice. It's probably another Budabar."
Right. 2 words, Ed. Plausible deniability. Couldn't have been me. I don't wear a wolf costume with my Chiefs jersey, Momma-Rice.
Or
tell me
3 words.
Listening.
Andy Reid's son could be one of those.
Yes,
Yes.
Well, I was on pills. I was on. Yes, not the one that OD'd, the one that DUI murdered some people. Yes, that one. Yeah, could be him. Aren't the Reids? And I know this doesn't preclude you from being a drug addict. I believe the Reids are Mormons. I believe they're LDS, Latter-day Saints.
I think they might be from the Beehive State.
It's Utah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you might be right. And so, look, a Mormon will take a pill. They won't drink a Mountain Dew, but if a doctor prescribes it, they'll take it. So that might track there. But
Yep. Finally.
Tell me.
According to academics, and not some Harvard professor, I believe a rapper with the name AKADEMICS.
Plural?
Academics.
What? Okay.
Not like Professor, Stephen.
Yeah.
Fruit. It's
not AKA. It's not also known as Demics.
It could be. Could be also known as Demics.
Yeah.
Cardi B cheated on Offset with Stefon DIggs while she was 8 months pregnant, and DIggs is currently piping 2 other rappers' girls. Steph likes it a certain way. Yeah, 8 months pregnant.
Wow. Now, is he the one on the Bills?
He is now catching passes from CJ Stroud down.
Oh, okay.
But he was a Bill for a while.
They get wild down there, and
he's a Terp.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Look, look, a pregnant woman has a certain glow to her. And also, like her body, her hormonally, Ed, she is at her peak. She's like, everything's firing the way it should.
And she's one of the co-singers of WAP.
Yeah, she's got a wet ass pussy. She's told you, she put it out there. I got a wet ass pussy. And I can tell you, from experience, when you're pregnant, it's a little extra down there because you're just woo.
So I respect everyone with their different tastes.
Oh, look at
wasn't
Mr.
for me.
Oh, I'm too good for it. Yeah. Okay.
I believe it was Al Bundy who had the line. it's kind of like driving a car you already wrecked. There's something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's
No, I get
something.
it.
It's a little
Yeah.
much.
It is. I mean, it's pretty aggressive when there's someone else's spawn in there. Like that's a
Offset.
level. Yeah, offset. Like that's really aggressive to be
He's
like
putting it on Offset.
Yes, their Offset's offspring is
Right.
incubating inside of that
poking
person.
that little baby's head.
There's gonna be little dents in the top of the head when it comes out. Like that is
that kid's gonna have a dent in his head like Dave Meggett, the old punt returner for the Giants.
Didn't Dave Meggett, didn't he turn out to be like a sexual assaulter or something
I think
later?
There's a good chance of that. Also, possible mail fraud. I'd have to check.
Yeah, he was up to some stuff. I remember because I remember that hearing that and being like, "Well, that's not the Dave Meggett I saw returning kicks." Like this, what do you mean this guy's doing crime? Well, Stefon DIggs needs it. A lot of theories emerged about why Cardi B and Offset broke up. Now, it's my understanding that Cardi B and Offset are people who I'm only tangentially aware of. For some reason, now this isn't like the Wrexham FC situation where I'm mainlining information about a soccer team that I don't give a fuck about. But I do occasionally hear about Cardi B and Offset, and they're always breaking up. They've broken up dozens of times, is my understanding.
I know someone who's in the business of show.
Yes, fake relationship.
I know nothing about Offset.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
But I've heard some shit about something Cardi B's very into. Non-sexual.
Fucking.
No, non-sexual.
Oh, shoplifting.
Wearing Rashee Rice's mom's jersey. No, whatever. There's no upside to me telling, but yes. Cardi B's an erratic kind of person.
Oh yeah. Well, she was in the Bloods, Ed. Like she got a boost from organized crime. Like that's kind of like her background. So and
she may have gotten a bumpski from
Yes. Oh yes, for sure.
I'm just saying there's some talk of why shows were delayed, why people were paid overtime.
Yeah, like Tony Soprano.
There's some erratic bumpskis in her.
I'm sure. Like she likes to have a good time. Okay. Those are all great stories, Ed. That was a great week of sports stories. Let's listen to some voicemails because we got a bunch.
He's so easy to hate. Your time he likes to waste. His calls are far from great. His calls are far from great. He's such a stupid fuck. He seems down on his luck. His voicemails really suck. His voicemails really suck. No one's enjoying him. He's so annoying. Plus so fucking boring and worthless, but he's got nothing else to do. And he's even worse than ish. His thoughts are useless shit. He's fat and got big tits. He's Manuel.
Bunch of voicemails. Let's race through these.
Hey Ed, great job on the RIP segment this week. I know it was tough, but you powered through it, and we appreciate you, all that you do for us, sir.
Who died? Why is he saying that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was too long ago.
It must have been an LSU person or something.
Maybe, yeah. Big Frida? Was it Big Frida?
Everybody knows.
Was it Coach O?
Ed, I hope you are enjoying Jaden Daniels in Washington, and I hope you get to enjoy him for years to come. He's a talent and a good kid. So I think you're going to have something special on your hands for a few years over there.
Looks like it.
And finally, I think I have to scoop it up for Ed that he can actually answer.
Ed doesn't do scoop it up.
With it being, white girl fall and everything.
Yeah.
Ed, what are you scooping?
Cardi B
pumpkin
pregnant?
Pie or pumpkin cheesecake?
I got it.
Yeah. Where my ballers at?
Ed, what do you scoop? Pumpkin pie or pumpkin cheesecake?
Well, I got a controversial take.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like cheesecake.
Really?
I don't like it.
Interesting.
I don't like it.
The consistency. It's a texture thing.
It's a texture thing. I've never liked it.
Does it bind
I
you up?
remember getting shit from my dad, my family for not liking it when I was a kid. I just never liked the texture. I love pumpkin pie.
Sure.
So to me, this is I just straight up pumpkin pie. I love.
Yeah, it's easy. I'll be honest. So of course, at Thanksgiving, whatever the pies are, I take a sliver of every kind of pie.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret it. What I should do is have like a piece of one pie and then fucking hold off for a while and then maybe have another piece of pie later or just have one, whatever. Yeah. So I'll always have a piece of pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin flavored things.
Right, just like the pumpkin spice season, everything's pumpkin spice.
Get the fuck out of here, you basic bitches. Like, I don't eat pumpkin nothing pumpkin flavor. That said, I'm the opposite. I fucking love cheesecake. I will fuck it up, especially when it's got that layer of like, it's like cheesecake with like a layer of like that cream cheese frosting, like it's like kind of a different consistency. It's like two layers.
Yeah.
I would fuck that up. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin cheesecake, but if it were on offer, I would definitely fuck up a slice, probably over pumpkin pie, which I have had many thousands of times. Thank you for that, LSU. Great scoop it up. Here we go.
Hey, Brian and Ed. It's Jeff in Denver.
Oh, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Let's not RIP P. Rose, since he was a huge piece of shit.
Huge piece of shit.
Yes.
I think we learned all we needed to know about him when he was in Bruno, and he had no problems sitting on the quote-unquote couch that was prepared for him.
Oh, I think I never saw Bruno.
I saw it, but I saw it exactly once, and I don't remember that scene. Yeah. But fuck Pete Rose.
Sure.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
I wonder if he was still posted up in Vegas with the stupid Hit King jacket outside of the subway selling autographs.
He was.
He sucked.
Yeah.
As far as the snake question you guys had, I guess I'm the snake correspondent now.
Sure.
On the Snake Show of Record.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck that lady survived that.
Oh yeah, the python.
Every time
hours.
I throw a rat in there, that fucking thing is gone in like a matter of 2 minutes.
Seconds.
And I'm just going to squeeze you until you, for a little bit and then let you go. No. That fucking thing bites and wraps around the rat at the same time and
swallows.
Yeah, it doesn't last too long. So
dislodges them.
I don't know how the fuck that lady survived. Maybe I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but whatever.
Well, it could be. It was in Thailand.
Ed, the sadness of the passing of John Amos and Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, or King Jaffe Jaffa. Whose dick you looking at?
Woo!
Appreciate you guys.
Ed,
take care.
We have got a Daly's Choice.
Daly's Choice, it's a choice I made. Daly's Choice, watch me shiver while you shake.
For those of you new to the program, we haven't done one of these in a while. This is a game we play. Ed walks up to a urinal. At either adjacent urinal is someone of note, a celebrity. He's got the opportunity to only look at one of their penises. He has a choice to make. Ed, this is
a tough one.
Remember the Guru Stu, the great Guru Stu, sent in Wilt Chamberlain or Andre the Giant, and we're like, oh, that is fucking a really good one. This one might be better. Yeah.
So, is a couple things. First of all, Cleo McDowell definitely seems like the most manliest of men put together. He's definitely dicked up.
It's shiny. It's symmetrical. It's got a big old head on it.
Yep. Probably beautiful.
Yep. Gorgeous. Thick vein on it.
And James Earl Jones, who's always older looking. I don't even know the difference in their ages.
Yeah.
But the timbre of his voice.
That voice. Darth Vader?
Darth Vader.
Come on.
John Amos is crazy, successful, famous, beloved.
Yep.
If I have a chance to look at Vader's penis, I'm looking at Darth Vader's penis. The girth and that voice doesn't come from nothing. No small dick guy has the Darth Vader voice.
No, and it's got it. I picture it being like a James Earl Jones clone, like same like shape, like wide, fat body, sturdy.
Be surprised if the head looks like Darth Vader's helmet.
Yes. I would you'd have to. I mean, it's a tough Daly's choice, but I think you're right. It's James Earl Jones all the way. That's the dong you got to look at there.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Thank you for that.
Question.
Here's another one.
Hello, ballers. This is Chris from St. Paul, or as Luke and Soda referred to me as Skyuma Chris. I'll deal with him later. Our conversation.
I yelled out a couple Skyumas at the game I was at this weekend.
Does that just like randomly come out? Like
no one else was doing. Like I don't know. They were doing some other shit, but I wasn't. I didn't hear any Skyuma, and I think I even asked Super Lee about the Skyuma, and I don't think I got a clear explanation on that, to be honest.
Please don't call in to explain. We don't.
We're good. We're good. Yep.
Yeah.
On the golf course don't need to be disseminated to the show, but as he mentioned, I did recently take in a couple episodes of the classic TV show Good Times.
Great show.
This before, sadly, John Amos passed away, but this is on the angle of how old is this guy.
How fucking old is this guy?
Let's just look at the ages of the roster, the pivotal characters.
Yep.
Now, I understand there's creative license.
Sure.
With the age of actors.
People can play different ages.
That are portraying characters and the actual age of the actors. But young Mike Evans, this show debuted in 1974. Yeah. Mike was 13 years old, the actor that portrayed him when the show started. Selma, the actress that played her, 21 years old.
Okay.
Brian, I believe we have the same type of taste in women, that you would be a huge fan of Thelma.
Oh, yeah.
And what she can do with a flimsy blouse and a tight sweater.
Ed's into that
huge
as well.
Fan of Thelma.
Don't leave Ed out of that.
And then J.J. Evans.
Jimmy
Walker, Dynamite. James Jr., Jimmy Walker was born in 1947, so he was 27 years old when this show
he was supposed to be like high school age.
And then John
like
Amos, James the dad, Mr. McDowell, born in 1939, so he was 35 years old when the show started. He was a put-together guy, so you would think he could pull some honeys.
Of course,
in the Chicago area in the 70s. So who are we missing? Esther Roll, Florida Evans.
Oh.
The actress that played Flo, Esther Roll, was born in 1920.
Yeah.
So if you haven't done the math, I got it here for you. Yeah. Theoretically, when James impregnated Flo with JJ, he was 8 years old and Flo was 27. So maybe that's why they were a little bit behind the eight ball financially in inner city Chicago in the 70s. Anyway, a classic show, and sadly, James the dad, John Amos, passed away shortly after Darth Vader and the King of Zamunda.
Yeah.
This is American, Jack.
Yeah. Thank you for that. What was his name? Chris in St. Paul.
That was a great call. And like, not to shame, but like, and I love an older woman. Love an older woman.
Look, who doesn't?
But like we've all established, John Amos, good looking dude, handsome, phenomenal shape.
It's a strange.
And they're coupling. Like, let's just give you a lady who's 20 years older than you that isn't
not the most, she's not, she was a great Broadway actress, I believe. That was her background. That's great. But
I'm guessing she had some good pipes.
It was an odd coupling. And I remember thinking that as a child.
Yeah, it didn't.
Like,
It didn't add up.
What's going on here? Like, it was strange. Yeah.
The thing that kind of sold JJ as the son was he was so ridiculously skinny.
Yeah.
That's how you could believe he was much younger than 27 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he was it was crazy skinny.
Yeah.
You're like, nobody is that way until they hit puberty. Like nobody's that skinny.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you for that, Chris. Here's another one.
Hey man, it's Steve from H-Town again.
Wait.
I think
hold on. Wait. I think he left too, and I started on the second one. Here we go. Sorry about that, Steve. Here we go.
Brian, Ed, Stephen H-Town.
Stephen H-Town.
Brian, thank you so much for switching the format back to where us dumbasses who actually pay for the show to fucking listen to it can actually just listen to it without having to fuck around.
There you go. Did it.
Internet genius. We could just hit one button, listen to it, and be done.
Not as many people, we still get a fair amount of people dialing into the video, but the video is kind of like, look, I think the regular listeners are still just listeners. I mostly listen to podcasts, but a lot of people do watch them. So the video is up there for people to find the podcast. It's more like marketing, or it's like one time when I was about like 13 years old. My favorite DJ at local LA radio station K-Rock was doing
Shadow Stevens.
No, but he was on a different station, but he was a local DJ too. He was on like a top 40 station. But Jed the Fish was doing an appearance at Nordstrom, and me and my buddy Mike J, who's passed away a couple years ago, R.I.P. Mike J, he was a good dude. We rode our bikes over to I don't know what I was expecting to see when I saw Jed the Fish, but it was it was a real disappointment, And so I imagine people listen to me and they're like, this fucking guy with his fat dick and and he's jacked and chiseled and shit. And they're like, they hear the voice and they're like, I want to fuck this guy. And then they go on the YouTube and they're like, oh, never mind. So it's a lot like being exposed to Jed the Fish. So if you're into that, you could check us out on the YouTube. But I was thinking people would be listening or watching on the YouTube and then want to hear the bonus later. But now most of the people that listen just listen, and the people that watch just watch. So we got it set up that way now. I just needed some feedback.
There's something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking work for it. Shouldn't have to work for it when we pay for it.
That's right.
Thank you for being the new Coke of podcasts.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what y'all were for about a month. The new Coke of podcasts.
Well, it's the same show. Hold on. I mean, it's a bad metaphor.
Get rid of. Hang on.
Yeah,
they
changed the flavor.
They changed the flavor and didn't give it, and then they had to go back to Coca-Cola Classic to give it. That was a whole fiasco. This isn't a fiasco. We just we were adding a different layer.
Tinkering. Yeah. We're trying to give you more.
Before I go, Ed, I got a good one for you. This is like the Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito.
Another Daly's Choice.
Of Daly's Choice.
Wow.
I got for you Jose Altuve versus Mike Judge. Ed, who you peeking? Later. And thanks again, Brian. Thanks.
The creator of Beavis and Butthead?
That's right.
Daly's Choice, it's a choice I made. Daly's Choice, watch me shiver while you shake.
I mean, I know what Mike Judge looks like. I don't know that I would recognize him outside of the voice, though, because he's a pretty standard, like, balding white guy.
Bald dude.
Yeah.
That being said, I love Mike Judge.
He's great.
Let's assume so I know it's him in the bathroom.
He's so funny. Idiocracy, come on. Yeah. So
Office Space, and then even Paramount did like a new season of Beavis and Butthead. It's still great.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm sure it's funny though. Oh, what's the Silicon Valley?
Yeah, great show.
It's a great show.
I love him.
Yeah.
I don't love Altuve. Yeah. And I get Altuve's infinitely more famous.
Yes.
I don't. I want less Altuve in my life. So I'm looking at I don't like him. The Astros didn't cheat on the Orioles in the playoffs, so I don't have the hatred that a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
But I don't need any more Astros in my life.
Yeah.
I
he's
don't need it.
also he's so little that you would be like, there's a child. This is much like the time I took a leak next to snowboarder Shaun White that I didn't realize it was snowboarder Shaun White because he was so small that I thought it was an actual child. And it wasn't till I was walking out of the bathroom and people were like fist bumping him and stuff that I realized I had been pissing next to Shaun White. I will relay. I think I might have told this before on the show. My super hot girlfriend Cheyenne, one of her friends, at one point had a date with Mike Judge.
Was he allowed to come?
I don't know. They didn't get to that point because she said he was a very nice guy, but like part of his like charm is that he'll do the voices. Here and there, not like the whole time.
Okay,
but
that was the fear that like you're on a date and the guy's doing voices.
Yeah,
because I imagine a date with Seth MacFarlane, he's just doing voices the whole time.
Well, he would be, and he's a huge piece of shit, and the hair dye is dripping into his eyeballs while he's doing
go full Giuliani down the
and then he's like, hold on, before we leave the table, and lights, it's like an anchorman when he plays jazz flute, lights come up and an orchestra breaks out behind him, and he goes, how about we do a few bars of My Way, because I like to croon, blah blah blah. So that's what he would do. But she said he was very nice, but occasionally he would do like a hey baby, or just he would do something in the Beavis and or Butthead voice, which would be kind of funny, but it creeped her out a little bit.
Yeah, I could see it both ways. I remember hearing him interviewed, I believe, on Howard Stern many years ago, and he said the laughs were like in his high school. There were just two like fucking deadbeats in the back of the class who were just like doing that laugh like anytime it was like sex education, and and that's what was going on.
It's so good. Okay. Oh, Steve continues.
Hey, man, it's Steve from H-Town again. I think I said Mike Judge from Beavis and Butthead. I think y'all know I meant Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, Ed.
Sorry,
different Daly's choice. So one.
Daly's choice. It's a choice I made. Daly's choice. Watch me shiver while you shake.
Ed, Jose Altuve, who looks like a child, or Aaron Judge, who looks like an experiment. Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Yes.
A child versus someone who looks like he's got a bat in his pants.
Yes, he must have
he must have an enormous piece. Yeah. I had seats that were like close to the field, and seeing him walk by, he's staggering massive. How big he is.
He's huge.
There are pictures of like when he's at second base and Altuve standing next to him. It doesn't look like they're the same. They're playing the same game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's huge. But luckily, back to a little callback to the beginning of the show. Aaron Judge, he's a guy that does it the right way. Ed, he's the true home run king.
Oh, right,
because he did it the right way.
All natural.
Yeah, he did it all natural. I mean, just look at the man's jawline. You go, oh, that guy's never taken performance-enhancing drugs. It's very normal to have a brow that sticks out 3.5 inches in front of your eyeballs. It's fine. He did it clean. So, yeah, I would also look at his penis. Thank you for the clarification. Although, it did lead to a good discussion of Mike Judge. So that was also nice, too. That worked out both ways.
Both worked.
Okay, here's another one.
Wow.
Hey, Brian and Ed, what's up?
Dave.
I'm just.
I haven't heard from Dawn.
And I'm like, I know he's your good friend, Brian, but fan, what kind of animal are you? Take this snake that's in this bag, and drop a kettlebell on it. That's just freaking brutal.
I think Ed's okay with that.
That's murder.
It was injured.
You're supposed to murder snakes.
It was. I like that you never look at my stories, and then I did one about snakes so we played it on the show a couple weeks ago when I happened upon that snake fight.
Oh,
Two rattlesnakes wrestling
thinking about it.
in the road. wrestling. But then I was walking the other day and there was a baby rattler alive on the trail. And then like 300 feet further, there was a baby rattler dead. And you were celebrating the dead one. You were so excited that it had died.
Yeah. No, all snakes should be dead.
Yes. So, well, Dave, who's from Florida, he's in Salt Lake for work, but we do know that he went to Florida State and he's from Florida. He supports snakes, although they're ruining the glades. They're invasive in the glades. The pythons.
Rescue. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Now I will say this: as a kid growing up in Florida, we had snakes everywhere. Coral snakes, which are the most poisonous. But, they have small teeth. It's hard to, if you have shoes on, it's going to be very hard for them to get to you and penetrate you. But if they do, it's the most poison. But we had the rattlesnakes and most
diamond.
We had the cottonwads,
cottonmouth, kings,
moccasin. Very, very, very poisonous. If you're anywhere near water, that's what we ran into more than anything. So I saw a snake down in the creek with my buddy Tom, and I took a big old rock, and I must have been in 4th grade, 5th grade, and dropped it on that thing. And I saw guts going all over the place and stuff as it tried to swim away. And that still bothers me to this day that I did it, because it easily could have just been a water snake. So it was brown,
did the same thing,
but it was large. So, and having had a snake, went ahead and got a boa. For about 6 years. I had a 6-foot male. I did that because I felt so bad for what I did to that moccasin.
You're just a good dude.
But well, like I said, it could have been a water snake.
Good guy, David.
But to tell your kid to murder a snake, fan, good Lord.
Fan. Keep murdering.
All right,
a guy who's murdered snakes says this, by the way.
Sorry about the Justin Bieber canceling on you 30 minutes before the show, Ed. But I know he's going to promise to make it up to you, apparently.
What's he talking about?
And last
Justin
week,
Bieber?
when are we all going to Vegas? We want to go. The fans want to go. We'll get our own airfare. We can help rooms. I can help rooms at the Venetian. Let me know.
All
right, guys. Take care. Much love. My heart is okay. Now I got to see a fucking neurologist.
All
right, bye.
Fuck.
All
David.
Right. You're on the mend.
Keep us updated. I will say, last time I went to Vegas, Ed, the bellman, I was greasing the bellman from bringing my bags up, and he's like, he goes, hey, by the way, he goes, you see those bottles of water on the over there by the TV? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you might want to hang back on those because each one of those bottles of water is $25.
That's right. He gave you that tip. That's
right. And it's like Vegas just does, where they're like, hey, let's hook. You're here. You're checking in. Let's hook a vacuum up to your wallet, and we're just gonna suck every last fucking dime out of it. And look, I don't mind if things are expensive, but it's like just let's be honest with each other about what's going on here. So I'm a little soured to Vegas, but I might make it out there for next year to Reality Steve's Fan Appreciation Weekend. He's invited me every year. It's in first weekend in June, I believe. So I might be there for that. Here is one final voicemail. We had quite a few this week.
Ballers. I just want to bring up something really quick.
This is Charles Carroll Jr., by the way.
Okay.
He never introduces himself.
Yeah. We know about his shadow family.
His dad had a secret family.
Dad's shadow family.
I mean, amazing.
The Dodgers are being bitches about this Manny Machado.
Totally agree.
Staying in the throwing the ball in the dugout. Dave Rodgers needs to stick a tampon in his vagina.
Dave Rodgers does need to do that.
Shut the fuck up.
Fair. Yep.
Don't be such a pussy. The Dodgers are
Don't
bitches.
be such a pussy.
Sorry, Brian.
Well, no, I don't know about that.
They really are.
I don't know about that. But I agree with you on this one point.
This is a sports podcast, so I need a sports take.
Yes. Thank you for that. Charles Carroll Jr.
I agree
Great
with you.
caller. Yes, I agree too. It was very bitch to do that. Okay, Ed, let's talk about. Oh wait, I think there's two. It was two actually. One came in late. The organizers of what was supposed to be a very long treasure hunt are baffled that an unnamed person not only found the small gold statue they hid in the Massachusetts woods. Nothing more terrifying than the Massachusetts woods. Is that where the Blair Witch got people, Ed?
I
must have been.
I never seen that movie.
Me either.
but
yeah,
I thought it was Pennsylvania, but who knows?
Well, it probably was. But that's where they drown all the witches out and lit them on fire and stuff. Yeah, so it's very there's a lot of witchness happening out there. They hit, but also has yet to reach out to claim his crypto prize worth $87,000. That's probably because it's worth like $12 today.
It's worth nothing.
Yeah. A couple out hiking reportedly saw the winner with the trophy in hand and spoke with him. He said he is a meteorologist who pinpointed the prize in a 27-mile search radius by cross-referencing cloud coverage patterns against a live stream setup at the trophy's location. There is a 0% chance that this meteorologist has ever been laid. Is that correct? That is from Matthew Richards. I mean, I have a different take on this.
I've known, like, from the TV news, a lot of meteorologists.
Yeah.
I don't think they're virgins.
Yeah.
I just...
On the same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't... Here's what happened. He was out there in the woods looking to suck a little dick, all right? And he's out there, and he goes, oh, what the fuck is this stupid trophy thing? And then somebody's like, you found the trophy. What did you do? And he goes,
right.
Well, you know what I did is I cross-referenced the longitude and latitude of the cloud. I'm a meteorologist.
That's what you were doing.
I'm trained. See the nimbus? That's nimbus, and over there that's cumulus. And those only there's a camera right there. And he came up with some bullshit because he didn't want Mrs. Meteorologist to know that he was out there sucking dick, right?
Yep. Yes.
You know, it's a pretty underrated Nicolas Cage movie. And in looking back, as we look at Nicolas Cage and how amazing he is, pretty much every movie is an underrated Nicolas Cage movie, if you think about it. But the Weatherman is a movie where he plays a weatherman in Chicago, I believe, and he's a down on his luck dude, and it's a great performance from him. I would suggest everybody check it out. Okay, one more. You guys were talking about the greatness of Michael Keaton. One of my favorite recent movies of his was Dumbo. Yes, it's a kid Disney movie, but it's got Keaton, DeVito, and Colin Farrell. Directed by Tim Burton, also very cool for a kid's movie. Here's how fucking old is this guy if he was thought out and brought to life today. How fucking old is Walt Disney? And Ed, here's another Daily Choice.
Jesus.
Ed, here's a Daily Choice. Weird J.D. Vance or creepy Tim Walsh? Who you peeping? Later, Stephen H. Town. Okay, we'll skip the Walt Disney died at like 56 or something, and he looked 80 years old.
Those heaters.
Yes, he smoked a lot of cigarettes. There was a lot of hate in his heart.
Turning in communists.
Yes. He loved setting up secret societies in his children's park.
Nazis. He loved Leni Riefenstahl.
Yes.
He was a terrible dude. He's a fucking awful dude.
He's a really bad guy. His head is frozen.
He called Snow White's dwarfs a pack of N-words. He's a bad dude.
There's a conspiracy, and I tend to believe this, that the Disney company named that movie Frozen so that when people Google Walt Disney Frozen. It's not about his head. I've heard that one.
Yes.
Okay, and one more quick Daily's Choice, Ed.
Daily's Choice, it's a choice I made. Daily's Choice. Watch me shoot.
We got no clarification. I hit the button by accident. We got no clarification from Jay Stu last week on whether or not he is JD Vance. He pretended like he didn't know that I'd asked him that 4 times. And he's never acknowledged it. He looks like J.D. Vance. Ed, J.D. Vance or Tim Walsh? I wouldn't recognize either of them in real life. Whose dick are you looking at?
I'm looking... J.D. Vance has weird energy. Tim Walsh, to me, he seems a lot like my stepfather, like kind of like goofy, older guy. Like, well, he's not as old as he looks, but like,
you don't want to look
I'm not interested. J.D. Vance, the way he ordered those donuts, there's something weird going on in his pants.
That couch. Yeah, he fucked
that couch.
Could be a Peroni situation.
I want to see the dick that's fucking couches.
That's fair.
Like, there's something that makes me curious. I'm not curious about Tim Walsh at all.
No, even if you're looking at, yes, J.D. Vance, I would say is more interesting. But the concern is that you would feel like you're looking at Jay Stu's dick because they are basically separated at birth. True. Okay, let's do some non-sports.
I'm taking a quick.
Wow. Ed doesn't.
Non-sports. I'm talking about this segment now. Non-sports.
Look at this. Ed's taking a piss because he doesn't want you guys making fun of his chair. His chair is fucked up, by the way. Like he deserves any. Let's review some of Jay Stu's tweets because I have the window open. Okay. I have the Bengals Giants on the split screen. Sound down. Is it me or has that been the worst played game in a season of poorly played, hard to watch NFL games? He really has a lane, and it's kind of negative. I got to be honest. On the list of unforgivable things you can do on a baseball field, make the first out at third base with no outs and your end team down many runs. Jesse Winker is a major leaguer who made a little leaguer mistake. I would argue that he got fucking deked hard. One time I was coaching third base and my son was playing little league and I was coaching third base and there was a crafty, and look, I'm not saying the kid was older than 8. It was the first year you could pitch to the other team, and which is third grade. Okay. And this kid that was on the mound, and I think we talked about it on this podcast before. This kid that was on the mound, he was crafty. Okay. And he deked me. What happened is that it was a comebacker. I had a kid on third base. I told him, I make a line in the dirt. I say, you lead off to here. This is where you lead off to. And then I'll tell you what to do once the ball's put in play. The guy hit a comebacker to the pitcher. He turned and looked at my guy at third base, and then he wheeled to throw to first. And I go, 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 go. And the motherfucker didn't. He faked the throw to first, and he turned back around and threw my guy out at the plate. And I was like,
come on.
Obviously not my fault. I got tricked. By a crafty 8-year-old. Similarly, this Winker guy, he could easily gone first to third. Although going first to third is a dicey proposition. You could probably just stay on second base and wait for the next guy to get a hit. But be that as it may, he could have gone to third, but he got deked by Kike Hernandez. He came up throwing like he was going to throw him out at third, so he stopped. He's like, oh, man, this guy's a house of fire. He's going to get me. So he stopped, and then Kike stopped and threw to second base, and he was hung up. So, yes, it's dumb to make that out, but secondly, he got tricked. Kike Hernandez, he tricked him, and then he touched dicks with some other guys.
I got to say, when I see Kike Hernandez's name in print, I know there's an accent over the E.
Enrique.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, whoa. Yeah, it always, he's been in the league for like 8 years, whatever it is. And every time I'm like, whoa, that is some name.
And it's quite a nickname. We're just
make sure that accent is in bold.
My message to Max Muncy, and then he's got, which he sent to us personally today, which no one cares. Yeah, it's just so much.
Oh, by the way, Max Muncy. Yeah. I saw a quote, and he's like, "The experts were wrong when we won the playoff series. 80%." It's like, I remember the day they signed Ohtani. It was like, okay, they're the World Series favorites. Like, the experts are wrong. What the fuck? You're not some fucking underdog. Like, Yankee fans and Dodger fans, like, we're persecuted. We're underdogs. No, you guys are the kings of, like, get the fuck out of here. You're not some feel-good underdog.
San Diego was the hottest team in the second half in baseball, and they had easily won the season series between the two. And most people were, in fact, picking also they had a big division series playoff sweep or almost sweep.
This is what the Yankees do. The Yankees fans. They won the division. They won the division.
They did.
And they started going, the minute the Orioles signed Corbin, or traded for Corbin Burns.
He's a good pitcher.
We were the big underdogs. It's like, no, you're not the underdogs. You're not the underdogs when you spend 5 times as much. No.
Did you notice that the Orioles long since eliminated, but this is something I noticed about the Orioles. The Orioles have 9 guys in their lineup that are the same guy. How do they have 9 of the same guy? It's like
Yeah, they've got a
Gunner
lot of 'em.
something and Jackson something, and it's like all of those. And it's like, I'm like, how do you know who's up to bat? Because the same guy was just up to bat a second ago, and now the same guy's up again. There's got 9. It's like multiplicity. You got 9 of the same guys. Okay, Ed, tell me, what is going on in the world of things that are not sports?
Feel good story to open it up. Top German neo-Nazi plummets 200 feet to death while hiking on Hitler's favorite mountain.
So, I believe I've been to this mountain. Is this the Eagle's Nest? I think it is.
It sounds very Hitlerish.
It is. It's a trip, Ed. You go, because it's like a national monument, and you go there. I didn't know you could hike it because it's a fucking solid granite mountain with it's like his Bavarian getaway is on
Untersberg Mountain.
Yeah, is on top of this mountain, and you fucking take an elevator to get from the bottom of the mountain to the top. And I'm like, how could they even have done this in the 30s? Like, how could they even have built this thing in the 30s? But they did, and that's where he used to hang out. I don't know about this guy was
How bitch is it to be a neo-Nazi? Like,
it really is. Yeah.
Other people scare me.
Yeah.
I don't like other people. I'm scared. They're taking away from me. Like, fuck out of here, you loser.
They don't even. Oh, look at this, Ryan. So I'm looking at Jason Stewart's tweets. Sorry, I got distracted. And our dear friend Ryan in La Jolla. Did you know there was a snake in the Dodger dugout today?
I saw that, and it creeped me out. I saw that.
And this Ryan in La Jolla's retweeted, it's like a Dodger Stadium episode of Brian Beckner's Walking Adventures. That's true, because, and now I'm going to retweet it because that's great, because I see snakes on my walks, and now there's a gift or curse. And J 1,000 steps. Also, people are connecting me. Oh, it's like a little tiny garter snake. Look, they picked it up in a towel.
Why didn't they hit it with their bats?
The grounds crew picked it up with a towel. I didn't even see that till just now. Yes, he fell off a mountain. Good for him. Okay, what else?
King Charles didn't realize what saran wrap was and shrieked the first time he saw it.
Ed.
Or they call it like plastic. What do they call it?
Dude, Ed, you should not have gotten me on this because
cling film is what they call it over there.
I fucking read this. Oh, they got all weird names for shit.
Yeah.
It's so confusing, the names that they have for things. I read a story, and I don't know if I'll be able to find the link, but I had read this story about this King Charles, and Ed.
He's awful.
Yes. He is so fucking weird, dude. Much weirder than your picture. He's obsessed with eggs, right?
No, but
yes.
I remember when the leaked calls that he was leaving for Camilla when he was cheating on.
He wanted to be a tampon.
He wanted to be a tampon. That's not a fantasy. That's not a real fantasy.
I want to live. He's like, I want to be a tampon and live. And I'm like, and first of all, I'm like, bitch,
Camilla?
This bitch stopped having her period in the 70s, bro. Like, she ain't used a tampon. She's 100 years old. Like, what do you think she's like? You don't even know how bodies work, weirdo. Ed, he's so obsessed with I don't think I saved the story. He's so obsessed with eggs that every morning he likes a soft boiled egg, and he likes it soft boiled a certain way. So every morning they have to bring him like half a dozen so he can pick the one that's prepared the best. And then when he hosts parties, there's always like several egg dishes on offer because he loves eggs so much. And look, no one loves eggs. Like, you eat them because they're good for you. You like them, but
I like a good omelet.
I make you a juicy steak. You're not going to go, oh, give me 2 over easy and set. No, you have those two things together with a little A1, and you're in business. Like, that's pretty delicious. Yeah. He's got all these. He brings his own. Well, then this isn't even that weird because J-Lo probably does this too. He brings his own toilet seat wherever he goes. Like, he has to have a special. He can't. Like, he
shrieked.
Yes,
a grown man shrieked because of saran wrap.
He's never done normal shit. He's
nothing.
Like an infant. He's got like he's he probably gets really upset about reseeding and people doing things the right way and people throwing balls at each other. Like he's just not like the rest of us. He's got just a little, a lot different because his fucking bare feet have never not been covered with slippers before he got out of bed in the morning and touched the ground. Like, it's just, you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. It's actually awful.
Yeah, he's off-putting to know he exists.
And ugly. Have you seen him? He's ugly. Oof. The mother was ugly. The children are ugly. William was supposed to be the handsome one. Ugly. Look, the Diana Spencer. She was okay looking, she wasn't like beautiful.
Way better looking than he
of course. Was. Yeah, she was. Yes, yeah. And then he left her for some ugly old crone. And they're weird people. They're inbred people, and we should do away with them. And I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
And this Harry wants to go back. He had a little bit of life in Montecito, and this bitch telling him what to do every day. And they're trying to start a jam company. It's going nowhere. And he's like, God, can I just go be a prince again? Like,
I like when everybody did everything for me always.
Yes, that was better. Yes, I lived in a castle in Scotland, like it was pretty. I could play golf and I could fucking hunt foxes.
Pretty attractive, so I get why he lost his mind a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, but Ed, take it from me. They trick you. They use that. They have tricks that they do and they work on you. If you're a simple man, like a prince or a guy that used to work at UPS, like you get tricked. It's easy to get tricked. And then you regret. And then one day you wake up and you go, this fucking bitch tricked me. And then you go, how do I get out of this? And that's what he's going through.
Right.
Harry. Well, where's my camera? Harry. Somebody get this to him. I know we know some of the same people. He lives in Montecito. Harry, call me. I can help. Okay. I can tell you the wrong way to do it. I can tell you the way you can keep the forks. Okay. I can get you the forks. Okay. The forks can be, and the books. I got a bunch of books up here behind my head. I had millions more books before. Somebody got off. My books are gone. Somebody took my books. So look, Harry, you want to keep your books? Call me. I can help you. Okay. I'll get you through this. What else, Ed?
Oof, this is a tough one. This is someone that I've been hearing about for decades, and I don't know why. Raven Simone.
Oh,
was so much about. She was like the cousin Oliver of the Cosby Show.
Yes, she's the Cosby kid, but she's not Rudy. She's a different one.
Rudy got big and
too old and ugly,
tiny, cute, and so then they're like, all right, let's just add. We'll just make up a kid. I think it was Denise's daughter. No, it was Vanessa's daughter.
The white one. It was the white. They had every tone.
Yeah.
They had every skin tone, and the oldest daughter, who was barely ever there, Sandra, she was very white, and then she had kids, and one of them was this Raven Simone, and we're inundated with her. She's a lesbian.
Yes.
Isn't she on The View? Is she on The View?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
She announced she had to toss out her Louis Vuitton shoes after pooping her pants.
Ed. This does happen.
What does it have to do with the shoes?
I think you could, because it goes down the leg, Ed. It can run down the leg and get on the shoes.
Wow.
But you could just clean the shoes. You get the shit off the shoes, right? You can step in dog shit. You step in dog shit.
Is this like a trust a fart after 5 beers situation?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a great George Brett clip where he's like in spring training.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
stretching,
clip.
where they're all stretching. Also, this is like they're still doing the same stupid. They're like touching their toes and shit, and like they used to do in the 60s. What? It does nothing. What are they doing? But they're doing that. They're out there doing like the wing leg thing and the fucking grass. It's all hot. They're like, what the fuck? They're all hungover. And he goes, hey, you guys go out last night? Fucking shit my pants last night. And then he tells a whole story about, he goes, I'm good for about 2 of those a year. And then he goes on, look it up. George Brett shits his pants. It's a fucking great story.
It's a great clip. It's worth looking up.
Yeah.
Finally.
Tell me.
Kanye West told his wife, Bianca Censori, he wanted to sleep with her mom while she watched.
Now, hold on. I don't believe this, first of all.
This was according to lawsuit. Yeah, lawsuit.
Yes. I mean, I agree that he's nuts, but I do know that the Kardashians have a big media organization that works against this man. So it's like I'm not saying this didn't happen, but I'm doubting it because nobody even if you did want to fuck your girlfriend's mom, okay? And I'm not saying that hasn't happened. I'm sure there's a few out there.
Announcing to her is not the best way to go about doing it.
Come on. Also, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think she's Aussie, so that's a stay away for me, obviously. But this, I believe this wife of his is Aussie, and she keeps her face covered, which is, might be for reasons. But
she doesn't keep those cans covered.
Man,
are out
what
and about.
a body on this woman. What? And I look at if the mom's built similarly.
Sure.
It's it's an older, 6 of one, half dozen of another.
He's crazy, but I can't knock the desire.
Yes. Oh yeah. Kanye West allegedly told his wife Bianca Censori that he wanted to have sex with her mom while she watched. This is in documents, Ed. According to documents obtained by Page 6, the Yeezy founder's ex-assistant Lauren Pisciata made the horrific allegations in a bombshell lawsuit in which she also accused the rapper of drugging and sexually assaulting her. Pisciata, who worked with the hitmaker from 2021 to 2022, claimed West's sexual kinks were his desire to have intercourse with the moms of those he was involved with. Oh my God.
Zach Wilson.
Ed. This is like that one assistant your wife Michelle used to have back in the day. I think the one I'm talking about. Like this, no one should ever be allowed to have an assistant that looks like this. This is. First of all, you're gonna get a male assistant. All right, like if you're getting a male assistant, or you're getting a fat one. You're getting a fat, unattractive assistant, okay? And there's nothing wrong with looking like that. You just gotta you can't take your chances. And we know what Arnold did,
just like
right?
Nannies.
Yeah, well, yes, we know.
Just like nannies.
You can't. You go. Oh, honey, we've got some means now. We got children. It's time. I'm gonna go ahead and call the Swedish au pair agency, and you got to be like, no. We're not doing that. I'll find the nanny. Okay, you're not gonna be involved. She's an OnlyFans model. The OnlyFans model alleged that Bianca's mom, Alexandra Censori, was on his list before the two got hitched. She referred to the Yeezy architect as the rapper's on-call sex participant employee, explaining in the suit that West had reached out to Bianca about his inquiry before her mom traveled back to Australia from Los Angeles. Pisciata. I don't know how to pronounce. Like didn't grow up around Italian people.
I'm looking at the mom.
Pisciata. Yeah.
Much bigger fan of the mom.
Oh, wait, because this is the blonde. Here's the mom.
Yeah, that's the mom.
No, stop it. That's the mom.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
All in on the mom.
Kanye's done nothing wrong here. He's done nothing wrong.
You can't fault a guy for trying.
I mean, what is going on? What is in the water down there in Australia? Whoo! Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, we'll leave it there. Ed, fantastic work as always. For Ed Daly. Hold on. Let's try this again. Ed, great job. As always, we tried to keep it short this week, but we just entertain. It's in our blood. We bring the fucking heat. We bring the entertainment, as always. For Ed Daly, my name is Brian Beckner. This has been episode number 546 of the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Lifestyles baller podcast getting bigger and not smaller. Broadcasting weekly, that's what we do.